So we'll begin on our back. And you can have your knees bent or your legs straight or your feet together and your knees wide, however you like. I invite you to close your eyes. Drop your awareness into your breath. And start to slow the breathing down. Taking longer, deeper breaths. Feeling first the space of your belly. Then when your belly is full and the breath continues to pour in, expanding your ribs. And then finally breathing into the tops of your lungs, lifting the chest. 3 distinct phases of the breath, but all flowing one to the next. And then continue your breathing and just bend your knees if they're not already bent. We're going to breathe a little more vigorously as we move more quickly, working in the core of our body. We're going to exhale and draw the knees in, and then inhale, straighten the legs out. Exhale in and inhale out. Continuing like that. And notice if you straighten the legs lower to the ground, it feels different. Let's do 3 more. And then hug the knees to the chest. Exhale, draw the knees in even more, hollowing out the belly. Feel the breath making the spine long. And then we'll lift the legs straight up in the air, as straight as you can. Resume slow breathing. And begin to circle the legs around in the air. Start with small circles and then gradually get bigger. And you can get really big, even bringing the heels just above the ground. If your back hurts doing this, place your hands under your back. And then we'll reverse directions, starting big and gradually going smaller. Getting smaller now. Moving towards stillness. And then let's take the legs out to the sides, flexing the feet, reaching out through the heels, supporting your legs from above or below with your hands. Taking deep breaths. Rather than thinking about going lower, go wider. And then bring the legs back up and take the arms out to the side. We're going to slowly lower the legs to the left and turn the head to the right. Take a few breaths. And then don't touch down. Use an inhale to lift and take a few breaths to lower the other way, turning your head to the left. And then use an inhale to lift up, and then just an exhale to come down. And inhale up, and exhale other side. Turning your head opposite direction. One inhale to lift, one exhale to lower. And we'll do one more on each side. And then the next time the legs come up in the air, hug the knees to the chest. Now come back to that slow, deep breath and exhale all the air out, pulling the thighs toward the belly. And then keeping the thighs toward the belly and feeling how that emphasizes the breath in the upper part of the lungs. And then we'll start to rock lengthwise on the spine, coming up and balancing on your sit bones so your feet don't touch the ground. Good. Bring the hands behind the legs, lift the feet to the height of the knees, and then pull your back ribs forward. Pull your shoulder blades back and down. Relax the shoulders. And then see if maybe the arms want to come out. Maybe they want to come up. Maybe the legs want to straighten. Maybe the corners of the mouth turn up so it feels less onerous. Good. And release the feet down. Bring the hands around the knees. Tuck the chin and lean back. Really feel like the weight of your body is dropping toward the ground behind you, except for the hands holding you up, so that there's a real rounding in the upper back. And we'll try to breathe deep into that upper back. Good. Lift yourself up, cross the legs at the ankles, and flip over. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Gazing straight down at the ground. We'll send the right leg back and the left arm forward. And then pull the navel up toward the spine. And come down. Other side. Left leg, right arm. So notice how my posture is not like this. I'm lining up my leg, my hip, my shoulders, my head, my hand as best as possible. And release down. And bring the hands a little bit in front of the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Curl the toes. Take a breath in. And exhale. Lift the knees. Keep the knees bent. Drop the head. Pull the shoulders down the back. And really with the knees bent, focus on the length from the hands to the sit bone. Pushing into the hands without creating space in the shoulder socket, so that the space happens in the spine. Feel the sit bone being pushed back by the hands pressing forward. Now, keeping the knees bent, try to press the heels down toward the ground. Knees are bent, chest is dropping, head is relaxed, heels pushing down. So you're getting a real stretch, isolating the calves. Slowly, deeply breathing in and out. Keep pressing with the hands. Keep lengthening the spine. And now straighten the legs. See if the heels can come a little bit further down. Inhale the spine long. Exhale the legs long. And then walk the feet up to the hands. Roll up slowly to standing. And then we'll move the spine, but in a standing position. So we're going to inhale, and palms are up, shoulders are back, chest is out, knees are slightly bent. Exhale, round, bring the palms away from each other as the arms extend. Inhale, chest out, elbows back. Exhale, round the back, like you're going to do a breaststroke, palms facing away from each other. Chest out, eyes up, knees are bent, shoulders and elbows back. Rounding, scooping the belly in. Good. And the next time you inhale, bring the arms up, lift the chest. Exhale, bend the knees, and come all the way over. So a little bit more, and then rolling up, reaching the arms up, lifting the chest, palms up and back. Exhale, bend the knees, and rounding over, dropping the head at the bottom. A few more times, rolling up, just warming up the spine, lifting the chest, leaning back, looking back, and coming down. One more like this. Good. Now we're going to move quickly, and we're going to come up and down. And the legs can stay straight here. And the breath is fast, like the movement. Inhale up and back, exhale down, legs straight. If you need to bend the knees, that's fine. Do what you need to do to protect your body. Go as fast as you can, comfortably breathe. Inhale up, exhale down. Drop your head at the bottom. Drop your body at the bottom. Lift your head at the top. Powerful breath. Two more. And up. And down. Close the eyes. Feel the sensations. Let the eyes open again. And then step the right foot in front of the left foot. So the feet are lined up. Good. So you see your eyes will want to be open here because your balance is being challenged. Bring the arms up, inhale. Take the hands into Steeple Mudra. Index fingers are up, the rest of the fingers are interlaced. And inhale and lift tall. Exhale and bend to the right. Notice where your eyes need to land in order to stabilize your balance. Push down into your feet, maybe squeeze the thighs together for more support. And of course, deep breath with your attention on your breath will help the balance. You stabilize your mind, you stabilize your body. Inhale up. Exhale the arms down. Step the feet side by side. And then bring the left foot in front of the right. So when you're standing here, your gaze will be straight in front of you for balance. But as you start to tip to the left, your gaze will want to go to the right to counter that for balance. You'll see. Find your own way. Inhale up, taking Sipo Mudra again. Exhale, dropping to the left. The hips come right, the body goes left. The breath is deep and the mind is present for all of it. Feeling the feet, feeling the legs, feeling the ribs. And come up, release the hands, step your feet under your hips. Bring the arms out in front of you. Lift your heels, come onto your toes, and bend your knees. Draw your navel in and drop your tailbone down. And see if you can lower your shoulder blades down your back. Your heels are off the ground. Now pull your chin back, lining your head up over your tailbone. Draw your navel in some more, sinking the tailbone even more. Can you relax the shoulders even? Does the face relax? Does the jaw relax? Is the breath relaxed? Good. Come to standing. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Straight legs. And then either the hands hang down. Maybe they touch the ground if you're flexible. Maybe the hands come behind the backs of the legs. Or if you're really flexible, maybe the hands tuck under the feet. If your hands are on the back of the legs, when you inhale, push the hands into the legs, and the legs into the hands. If your hands are tucked under your feet, on the exhale, imagine that you're trying to pull your hands out from under your feet. Wherever your hands are, release them. Roll yourself up. Reach up, inhale. Exhale the arms down and clasp your hands behind your back. Take a giant step back with your left foot. Keeping the back heel off the ground and the foot facing straight ahead. Now bend deeply into that front knee. Roll the shoulders back, draw the shoulder blades in toward each other, and lift the hands up off the back if you're able. Maybe the heels of the hands can come together. And then sink down even lower. Straighten your back leg and push back through your left heel. And then press your tailbone forward. Yeah, deep stretch. Nice. Breathe into that stretch. Keep pressing down into the front foot, back into the back heel, forward through the tailbone. Now we're going to bring the hands to the ground and just try this. We're going to try to flip the legs into the opposite position in one motion. Good. Try it again. So I'm pushing down into my fingers. I'm actually on my fingertips. That gives me more space. You can be on your hands. And then kind of pulling up and flipping. And we'll land with the left foot forward, and then we'll come up. Clasp your hands in the other way. I know I forgot to tell you to memorize which way it was before, but you're probably a creature of habit and always favor one side. So just do the side that feels less natural. And again, we're on the back toes and we're sinking down. And when you sink down, notice that the back knee will want to bend. That's fine. That's actually good. That means you've gone nice and low. Now stay low and press back through that right heel until the leg is straight. Roll the shoulders back, maybe lift the arms up behind you. And then take the tailbone toward the left knee. Slow, deep breaths, expanding into the chest, sinking with the exhale. Good. And then bring the hands down, step into a plank. Good. And then lift your right leg off the ground. Take your gaze down, and then just see if you can lift your left hand. And then if you can lift your left hand, see if you can extend it forward, keeping the hips down. If you can't quite extend it forward, just try to lift it an inch or so off the ground. Good. Now we'll switch sides. Right foot down, left leg lifted. It's fine to just be here and be on two hands, and then just play with maybe lifting that right hand for a moment, or if you're able, extend it straight out. And come down, back into plank, and we'll bend the elbows really close to the sides of the body and lower down into Chaturanga, hovering over the floor, 1 breath, 2 breaths, 3 breaths, pushing into the hands, rolling onto the tops of the feet, and pull the shoulders back and hold here in upward dog. So you're on the tops of your feet and on your hands, and nothing else is on the ground. Unless that's just not working for you, then go ahead and bring the knees down and lower slightly so that the pubic bone also comes down and you're in cobra instead of upward dog. What we don't want is the hips off the ground as high as they would be in upward dog and the knees down. It's too much of a bend in the lower back. So you want to protect your lower back and lower your pelvis onto the ground if the knees are down. Good. And now let's all bring the knees down and push back into Mika pose. Stretching the back long, pressing forward with the hands, sending those hips back. Deep breath. Keep the hands here, lift the seat off the heels, spread the fingers, curl the toes. Inhale, exhale back into downward dog. Then we're going to bring the left hand to the outside of the right leg and see how low on the leg you can go. Maybe you can even bring it all the way to the foot. Otherwise, wherever you can bring it. And then we'll look under that right arm, keeping the right arm straight. Twisting, bringing those left ribs down and under. Also, paying attention to what you feel. It's not just about what you're achieving, but what is the pose doing for your body? And then return the left hand. Take a breath in. And exhale, the right hand comes to the outside of the left leg, or possibly even the outer foot if you can reach. Looking up under the left arm, pulling a little bit with that left hand to turn into the twist a little more. Beautiful. Come back to downward dog. And then inhale into plank. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower and hover above the floor if you're able to. Push into the hands. Come up into upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful. Walk the feet up to the hands. Bend your knees, tuck your chin, roll yourself up. Reaching up with an in-breath. Bring the hands together at the heart as you exhale. Lift and spread the toes and lower them down. Feel the weight of the body releasing into the earth. Imagine as you inhale that you're pulling up whatever energies that you might need from the earth, which nourishes us so completely. But maybe there's something that you're really needing more of, and just imagine drawing it up from the earth as you inhale. And then exchanging with the earth by letting go of whatever you don't want, giving it to the earth as you exhale. And then we'll shift weight into the left leg, feeling the whole body lining up over the left foot. Opening the eyes, finding your gaze point ahead of you. Release the hands. We're going to lift the left foot, the right foot, sorry, and bring the left hand over the right ankle. Then we're going to bring the right hand around the bottom of the foot. And then we're going to inhale and lift up through the crown of the head and lift the foot up. And then exhale and just relax. And inhale, lift. Exhale, relax. Lifting through the head and lifting the hands, getting tall. Good, now bend your left knee. That was just a warm-up. Now bring the right ankle on top of the left knee. You can bring your hands back together at the chest, or you can use your hands. In any case, the eyes are going to follow a straight line down on the ground, moving from farther away from you to closer as you start to hinge forward. Now, maybe the hands just want to rest on the leg. Maybe they stay at the heart center. Maybe you want to bring the right hand onto the knee to help it release open. Deep breath. And if the balance is just not there today and you want to hold on to something, maybe you can reach the floor, or maybe if you don't reach the floor, you want to hold on to a wall, that's fine. You're getting the stretch. And then we come up, release the foot down, and stand, bringing the hands back together at the heart. And then shifting weight into the right foot. Feeling how the head lines up over the foot. Opening the eyes. Establish the rhythm of your breath. It is easier to be inside your breath when the eyes are closed, but it's totally possible to stay really deeply focused on the breath with the eyes open. So practice that. We'll lift the left foot and we bring the right hand over the ankle. The left arm crosses over to the bottom of the foot. And then to the extent you can, stand up nice and straight. Inhale, lift taller through the crown of the head, pulling up with the hands. Exhale, relaxing. Three more. Then the right knee bends. Place the ankle just above the knee. Have the hands here or wherever you want them. Keep the left foot flexed and take your gaze from the place in front of you to the floor. And keep dropping your head as you bend forward. Feeling breath. Stabilizing yourself with your hands if you need that. And lifting up, release the foot, and close the eyes. Step the legs wide apart. Bend the knees deeply, bringing the hands to the knees and lowering the hips to the insides of the knees, the height of the knees if you can. Press the knees open. Now, if you can, drop the shoulders. And slowly come up. Send the left heel out and the right foot sideways. Arms out to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Reach out through the right arm. Drop the hand. Bring the left arm straight up to begin. Good. Take your gaze up to your thumb and bring your right ribs under you, spiraling your left ribs up. And then as you inhale, lengthen out through the crown of your head. Exhale, drop the left ribs down. And then we'll take that left arm overhead. Push into the back foot and really reach out long through the fingers. And then lift the left arm back up and place it behind your back. Take your gaze down to the ground and bend your front knee. And then bring your right hand to 2 o'clock of your foot. So in front of and to the right of your foot. And then kick off your back foot, shifting weight into your front foot and your front hand. Find a balance, placing your hand wherever helps you best balance. And then try again to bring your right ribs under you and roll your left ribs up. And then take the left arm straight up. Try to lift your leg, back leg parallel to the ground. If you're balanced, you can bring your gaze up to your left hand. And release down. Walk your hands around to the other side. Flipping the feet. And come up. So your left foot is sideways. Your right foot is on an angle. Your belly is facing forward. Inhale the arms out to the side. Exhale, send your hips back and your arms out. Don't be in a hurry. Really get the length. Get the length. Stay here and really stretch the spine. Hips back, head out. And then release the hand down, hinging at the hips, right arm up. Good. So, I know I say this all the time, but I think it's worth repeating. We're not doing this. So the reason why I say it all the time is because I see it all the time. Is that in an effort to get lower down to the ground, people hinge forward. And this is fine, but you're not really getting the benefit of the pose. So if your ego is happy here, take a snapshot of that in your mind and then see how it feels to lift up. Keep your body in line with your leg and maybe not come down as far, but stretch so much deeper, keeping the ribs over the thigh. And then breathing deep and stretching as though you're pulling the left armpit away from the hips, getting the spine longer. And then on an exhale, dropping the right ribs toward the left ribs. Taking the gaze up to the thumb. And then we'll reach the arm overhead. Really feel that stretch from the back foot to those right fingertips. Slow, long breathing. And then lift the arm, bring it behind your back, bend your front knee, bring your gaze down, and then bring your hand to 11 o'clock. You might need to step the back foot up. Good. So your hand is in front of and off to the left of your front foot. And then you kick off that back foot and lift it into the air, balancing on the hand and the foot. If the hand is placed right, it shouldn't be that hard to balance. And then the arm will lift up. And if you're balanced, you can turn your gaze up to your upraised hand. And bring the hands down. Step the back foot down. Walk your hands center. Bring both feet parallel to each other, parallel to the edges of the mat. And just fold forward. Dropping the torso every exhale. Good. And then you'll rotate your left foot. Walk your hands around and bring your back knee down. And bring your left knee down. Good. We'll just sit for a moment. Relaxing the shoulders. Softening the jaw and the face. Reestablishing a nice, slow, easy breath. Staying with your breath as we come into our last balance for the day, balancing on our head. If you've not done this with me before, nothing to be afraid of. It's actually a lot easier than most of the balances because anything can balance on 3 points, like the principle of a tripod, and the head balance is going to be on 3 points. So don't be afraid of it. We can all do this. Start by lifting your hips off your heels and bringing your hands maybe like for sure shoulder width apart, but maybe slightly back of your shoulders. So not straight down from your shoulders, but a little bit back, closer to your legs than you might normally go. And spread the fingers wide because we're going to be balancing with these hands. So the wider the base, the easier the balance. Yeah? Okay. Now, we can bring the top of the head to the ground so that it creates a triangle with the hands. It's not in between the hands. That makes it hard. If you have a triangle, then you'll be able to balance. Good. And you want to be on the top of your head, not your forehead, not the back of your head. The very top. Let's just take a moment to be here and feel the top of the head and the hands and bring the elbows in so that they're in the same plane as the hands, just barely wider than the thighs. That's going to be key. Notice how the elbows are bent. You want to keep them bent like that. And curl the toes under and lift the knees. And now you'll feel that there's weight in your head. That's fine. Start to walk your feet forward, and you'll see your knees are coming toward your elbows, and you'll lift your hips like a safeguard until the knees can actually rest on the elbows. And then just lift the feet off the ground. So since I can't see you, I can only imagine some of the difficulties you might be having. And what I'd like to say is that if the elbows are at all splayed out, you're not going to have the stability that you need. So you want to keep the elbows bent and above the wrists. If the elbows are back behind the wrists, even if they're nicely in by your sides, you still won't have any support from those forearms. So it's all about lining up the elbows right over the wrists, lifting the hips high enough to get the knees just to rest on the backs of the elbows. Give you maybe another moment to play with it. And then we'll come down, coming back to rock pose, sitting on your feet. We'll just stretch those wrists out, bringing the backs of the hands together, pressing the elbows down. And release, and come onto your back. With the knees bent, you can lift the tailbone, tuck it under, lower your hips, release the legs, shake the legs out. If you're using an eye pillow, place that on your eyes. And let the arms rest out away from the body. Take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, feeling the weight of the body sinking into the ground. And inhaling through the nose, out through the mouth, releasing the jaw down, the lips part, the mouth is relaxed. And one more deep breath in through the nose, and out through the mouth, releasing the activity of the mind. And now relaxing the breath. Relaxing. Letting the breath just happen. Relaxing the mind. Letting the mind rest in the feel of the breath. Tracking the in-breath, sustaining attention through the out-breath, and starting again. Each breath allowing you to more deeply relax. Letting go. Letting go. Letting go. Breathe into your heart. Fingers, toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Put the knees to the chest. Rocking side to side. Massage. Come center, bring the knees out wide, soles of the feet together, palms together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. And then roll over onto either side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground, resting your mind in the feel of your breath. And then expanding your awareness to include all that you notice. How does your body feel? How does your heart feel? How is your mind? And then slowly coming back up to sitting. Letting your head come up last. Sinking down into the sit bones. Lifting tall to the crown of the head. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale the hands together at the heart. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders, relax. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. And let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste. Thank you.